This man is dead! This man is dead! Did you just fucking dab?
No,
I can't. Dude,
I would never.
Both of you fuck. Anyway, hey guys, how's it going? How's it going? We're playing another week of this thing of ours. It's ain't nothing but a thing. We are here. That much is to suffice. Ruben, how are things gonna be today?
Tiring. I mean, I'm in that mood after that dance. So.
Yes.
Oh, I need to stretch
out
my
the good
arms
vibes?
before that. No, I needed to do that before doing that.
Yeah. Stretch out those good
so-
vibes.
When you realize that you're older.
Let's get
it's like,
sad.
I'm getting an old man. All right. Fucking hell yeah! I love the reverse text, dude.
Fuck
Hell yeah.
Okay. But yeah, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be good. No one, I hope, is gonna die to Brennan. So that's a win. Sorry, not to Brennan, to Blair, his character.
No, I was about to say, like, he's just gonna go in there and scribble away my
I don't
character.
deserve that.
One can hope.
Yeah, he just goes in and puts like a big X over your character. But you've got a new character, so that'll be more on that
The
later.
Wive.
Ooh.
Yes,
Mm.
that should be interesting.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Hopefully everybody in chat is. We are testing out something really cool. We have the gold system working right now. So as you guys watch, you will be accumulating every half an hour. You will get 5 gold pieces, which you can't spend now, but you can give to other people. And later on, we will be, when we finally get around to doing the province game, you guys will be able to spend that money that you've accumulated through watching on various items to mess with the party and that sort of thing.
Yep.
You can also donate, and you will get essentially 5 hours worth of watching points. You will get 50 gold pieces, so that'll be very good for you.
Per dollar.
Yes.
Very
good.
juicy. Yeah, per
Pretty much,
dollar.
If you want to be a big baller and influence the game that'll be happening, this is the way to do it, is to accumulate gold. Because you can
Exactly.
just be like,
Yeah.
make them stronger. Kill
Or-
the
Kill
party.
them.
Or
Kill them.
Make it rain, homies.
give the villain an ancient dragon. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Or just like,
No, I think that one might be a bit more out
More
of the realm of possibility.
Ring of Dragon Control, though. Hey.
There we
that
go.
one needs more AC. That guy needs more health. That guy needs more big bad boys.
Big
or-
boys.
Big boy.
All right. How have you guys been? I'm not going to go into my week. It's been boring. I've just been doing work experience. That's all.
Yep.
So, literally the most dull thing ever. Web development work experience. So, we'll move over and start getting into what you guys have been up to. Because I know Frosty and Tarip have begun the Halloween.
Yeah,
So yeah, we've been streaming all that
scary
good
streams,
Halloween
scary streams. I streamed Whistleblower last night.
That's pretty
Nice,
good.
Sue.
Yeah.
You almost got turned into an honest woman, Frosty.
Almost. I only died a couple times, like at
Make
the
an
end
honest woman.
was when I died, when I was running away
Yeah.
from the guy, but like, otherwise I just rushed through it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Frosty was playing Outlast, Ed Snowden Simulator. Went pretty well.
Hell yeah.
Headstone Simulator.
Yep.
Lovely.
What you been up to, Mr. T-Rip?
Dude,
Boy!
I've been doing all sorts of stuff, man. I've been having to focus a bit. It's sort of oxymoronic. I've been having to focus a bit more on school, but not for the sake of more work, just for the sake of like I don't want to fail, so I'm just doing the work. You know, just putting my nose to the grindstone.
Hey, thank you for the $1,
So
Mr. Probably.
Thanks, boy.
balla bing. Oh yeah, thanks. Bundly bundles props.
Yeah, that's very cool. So you should have 50 gold now if the
Shady
commands
Dave,
will decide
thank
to
you.
work.
You'll know who Shady Dave is later.
Shady Dave. Oh god, Shady Dave is he's a character, all right.
I love
Literally.
Shady Dave.
Mhm.
Literally and figuratively.
The bot is not enjoying life right now.
Oh no, it's dying. Oh boy,
I think
That's
it's
all right.
probably given him his gold. It's just it won't.
It's in beta right
just
now.
slow on the uptake.
It's
Yeah.
in beta. It's the way things are. But yeah, I've been having a all told pretty all right time. I've been looking at so many goddamn role playing systems recently that have just been gotten me salivating. So we'll see where that leads. But I've been having an
Typically
okay
the way
time.
to do it, man.
Yeah. Salivate first, play later. You know.
Yep.
But yeah, what's
I
up
agree.
with Speak of the Devil? What's up, Frosty? What's up with your life?
Kind of the same with whiskey.
What are you
Sure.
nodding at, boy?
Nothing. I'm just listening intently, Harvey.
Sorry, go on, Brennan. What were you saying?
I'll pass the rod.
Yeah,
over
on to
to
the next one. Just boring
over
week.
to Mitch. Yeah, just kind of just more of the same.
Yeah, more streaming on the hustle, on the
Mo
grind.
stream, mo money, mo
Yeah,
dollar.
yeah. No great,
wait.
updates or anything.
What you been doing, Midge? I'm actually gonna restart the bot. Give me a second.
I got offered a job that I completely forgot about. Yeah, like
Oh.
2 weeks ago, I went in for an interview. I thought it went really shit. Left, thought nothing of it. This morning, got sent an email. So, hey, you got the job, and I was like, what? Okay, okay.
I'd love to be called and told that I have a job now.
Yeah. So I called the bloke because he emailed me, and so I called him back. And his name was Kyle, and he said, "All right, mate. Yeah, mate. All right, mate." And it's like, one of those working environments. So that's gonna be fun.
I understand that.
Funky fresh.
Very extroverted lifestyle. La, la.
Die.
My-
Fucking die.
That's my bad. I apologize. I've reset the bot, so hopefully the command won't work.
Your mother was a hamster. It's something we're working on.
Yeah, if you type !me, probably that'll probably work. Hopefully.
Bingo bango.
Yeah. But regardless, the bot is AFK. Yeah, he's not paying attention.
I'm a butt regardless.
I just want to make sure that probably got his gold.
Exactly.
It'll catch up.
We'll
be fine.
we'll make sure we double check.
Yeah, I think this is an issue with my internet for this stream. But yeah, don't worry, probably monkey. We'll get
It
you.
happens.
We'll make sure you have your points no matter what.
Yes.
We won't leave you stranded behind.
We know you kind of love your points.
Exactly. All right. So
Oozles. Yeah.
yes,
Boys and
are
girls.
thou ready to begin?
I'm so ready, boy.
I was born.
Are you
ready.
all sitting comfortably? Then let us begin.
Wait.
Oh, he's not sitting comfortably. He's shaking it up.
Oh,
Here we go.
How optimistic probably is being?
Yeah, I know.
Jeez.
Probably it will work out in the end.
What a big baller, dude.
fuck.
Nice meme.
It'll probably
Alright.
work out.
So
Yes.
let's get into a bit of a description here.
Big
Just-
recap, boy.
Just let me just get my. Oh yeah. Does anybody feel any particular compunction within their blood to give a recap here?
I mean, I gave a really good recap last time, so I think
Yeah.
somebody
So
else.
really, the onus is on someone else. Yeah.
Yeah. Vajan.
Well, I'll take the mantle this time, but you have to do it next time, so that's fine by me.
Okay.
So last time we were all attendant at a wedding, but not just any wedding. It was the wedding between one of the Caro boys.
Miles.
Yes, Miles, son of the Dawn, who was marrying
Eldest
his
son,
sweetheart.
right?
Huh?
Eldest son.
Eldest
Yeah.
son, yeah, important.
Which is a big deal.
Eldest son of
Yeah.
the Dawn, getting married in, and this is a little detail, but one I was not 100% sure about. Were they getting married in basically the church that was on the mansion property?
Yes.
Nice.
They were getting married on the mansion property by essentially a pastor in like a sort of makeshift
Oh,
sort of almost like wooden structure that they've got there.
okay, nice.
It was very nice. Everything was painted white.
Picturesque.
Vernon loved it.
He did. And then he didn't. When after having a bit of a conversation with Blair and with a couple other unscrupulous people, even more unscrupulous people came to, let's say, break up this beautiful event with guns and bullets, namely by killing Miles's sweetheart. And though the bullets were meant for him, I believe. Yeah. We fought them off, though, before the last one was dispatched. We interrogated him, we being myself, Themnon, and Blair. and we had a bit of fun with that. After which we gleaned information, which Blair proceeded to augment to his whims so as to get his way in certain other matters. And those matters took place after the fact, with him effectively blackmailing Sergei, my rather, let's just say, less than present Russian mobster. And they had a fun time. There was him being dangled over a balcony. He doesn't remember all the details, but that's probably because he's dead now, at the hands of Blair. But nobody knows that.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Nobody knows that. However, before that had happened, Vemnon had questioned his... I believe technically he's my half-brother. Yes?
Yes, he's your nephew.
My nephew?
Yeah, he's your nephew.
Yeah, because you're the brother of the Don, right?
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, he's your nephew.
It is Aaron Caro. Aaron Caro. Yeah, questioned him. He's a young kid, practically in Vemnon's eyes, but he thinks he can run the whole organization better than my brother. And I gave him some credence. He had some balls to talk about the whole organization like that. So, you know, I gave him my word that I would be with him, not against him, and we left it at that on my part. And then Blair went ahead and saw to it that he destroyed another tendril of the Caros in the form of Bloody Hat Martin. Jacob Bloody Hat Martin. And he died horribly to, I believe, multiple hammer wounds to the face. The bullets were just dressing. They were not dressing on Sergei. They killed him. But you know what? It was all a matter of course. And that's, I believe, where we are.
Yeah. So we ended off last session with the fiery remains.
Yeah.
And our good friend Blair walking off into the night, disappearing into the darkness. But we're going to begin this session in a bit of a different place. Vemnon, you're sitting in the room, and everybody here is rather dour. Most of the important members of the family are here in this one room, which is the lounge. Sitting closest to the fireplace, leaning his elbows onto his knees and resting his mouth in his interlocked fingers, is Miles. His recently deceased wife has been taken upstairs by the eldest daughter of the Caros, and almost everybody is here. The only missing party is Jacob. But he'd just been shot, so to be honest, you're probably rather happy to have a reprieve from him more than anything.
Yeah.
But he's probably just, if he was here, just be complaining about his injury and whining and trying to get sympathy.
Oh, yeah.
So you're kind of glad that he's not here. Still, though, the air in the room has this sort of atmosphere of trepidation. You're all waiting for the boss. Your brother, who's been silent up to this point, viewing the whole ordeal, the wedding from the balcony. You're now about to meet with him again, and he's going to discuss the fate of the family, or fate of the city. He's in a meeting with Book, the basically person who keeps all the records in the family, and one who you've had numerous encounters with, as you're probably the person who has to deal with him the most. And you're all waiting in this room, some awkwardly, some intensely, some without a care, but everyone in silence. And you begin to hear these two creaking steps of footsteps come down the hallway. The clacking of shoes against marble, and then the creaking of them against wood, as the footsteps get louder and louder. Eventually they stop, and the door slowly creaks open. Everybody in the room's head turned towards the door, some taking off their hats as a sign of respect, waiting for the boss, except for Miles, who stays, staring intensely at the fire. The door opens, and in the silhouette stands two people. They're a rather panicked-looking Blair, and a rather confused and well-dressed individual behind him. Half the room lets out a collective sigh, and the other half seems annoyed that they must wait ever longer. This split in the room represents the two sides of the decision that the boss is going to have to make. Blair, you journeyed to this doctor's home, who you've brought with you. He owes money to the mob and is always looking for an opportunity to pay them back so he can be free from their debt. Jacob told you about him one time when you went for a job near his place.
Yep. Yeah,
You arrived-
the doctor who's also a veterinarian, so he's kind of a low ball guy.
Yeah.
He is.
You woke him by arriving at his house in the dead of night, and he had just enough time to get dressed before you dragged him out, rushing him back to the manor with urgency, wanting to make him seem like you were especially concerned for Jason's well-being. Upon arriving, you went up to Jason's room and he wasn't there. You put on your best shocked face. So
Figured he might be down here.
yeah, so you began looking for him and decided to try and find him or somebody to ask about him.
Yeah.
And you enter the room. Everyone is just staring at you. Some have looked away now, realizing that you aren't the boss. But everybody seemed to, for that one moment, everybody just be staring at you, and then everyone just sort of averts their eyes.
Yeah. And I just kind of like, swallow hard, and I'll just walk into the room. I'll motion to the doctor just to stand near the door, and I'm gonna walk up to Vemnon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And just, lean over and whisper in his ear, just, has anybody seen Jacob? He's not in his room.
Hey, Rube.
The doctor's standing next to Michael. He's got his fingers interlocked. He's just like looking down nervously. He's just waiting by the door, which swings shut behind him. But yes, Shen.
Has anyone seen Jacob recently?
Not since the incident where he got shot. He basically went to his room, was like, nobody disturb me. I'm gonna have
Okay.
Blair look after me for a while.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. I thought he put himself under your supervision.
That's right. He did. I went to fetch him a doctor. His bullet wound was becoming infected. And now I can't find him.
Well, seems you didn't do a very good job. Just kind of slightly nervously look around the room at the other figureheads.
Yeah.
Do not concern yourself with it right now. There are more important matters than one injured layabout.
Right.
Well, a voice sort of cuts through the air with intensity. It's like, it sounds almost like whiskey being poured in your ears. Like it's like the shot, so the recoil, it has this sharpness to it, but it's like smooth at the same time.
Yeah.
You look around the room and you see that by the door, standing right next to the very worried now looking doctor, is a man. His form is narrow and yet seems to somehow completely fill the door's frame. He's dressed incredibly well, even given the present company being just at a wedding. And he looks around the room with a smile. His hair is graying from this sort of blondish brown back to sort of grayish brass. And his aura is more of that than a businessman than anything else. It appears we've had an eventful night, and I apologize to keep you all waiting. Vemnon, this is your brother, who looks like this, but a bit less Wolf of Wall Street-y.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
And he just takes a single step into the room, allowing the door to shut behind him, and then just like looks around, waiting. His eyes don't seem to even like glaze over, don't even seem to like linger for any length of time as he looks over at Miles. Just seems to pass over him.
Yeah.
And he looks at you for a moment, Femnon, and nods sort of happily that you're okay.
Almost.
How are you?
Says that to me specifically?
Yeah. One sec, I'm going to move us into a different channel. Yeah, that'll do it. Nice.
Oi.
All right. Yeah, he says that to you specifically.
As you can see, I'm unharmed. I cannot say the same about, well, everyone else. I just make a single glance upward.
Book informed me of his condition. He looks over at Miles, then the rest of the room. I apologize for my tardiness. There are many things to consider. But I've come to a conclusion. The way I see events currently, the issue is resolved. One of theirs to one of ours. And the room immediately, comes up as if they're wanting to speak.
Yeah.
Some people stand to their feet, but nobody dares interrupt. There's nobody who speaks up. Except for Miles.
Oh.
No. It's not resolved until I find the man who killed her. Miles. That's not... It was my fault! Michael Jones, the man in the wheelchair, nicknamed Blueberry, speaks up. He looks over at Miles, sadly. You left me in charge of security. I didn't think of the bushes. I'll take care of it. It was my fault. No one will take care of anything. This is my organization, and I've said that the issue is resolved. The room sort of quietens. We killed a member of our family, of their family, and they killed one of ours. He stares intensely around the room, somewhat like a teacher, surveying his class after telling them off. Femnon, you know this is like a look that your father had a lot, and sort of one that he basically just directly copied.
By the way, at this point, instead of standing behind Vemnon, I'm going to casually just walk around the row of chairs and then sit down somewhere.
And Tommy,
I'm
you are in
supposed
this
to be
room, by
here.
the way, just so that you have that picture in your head. You are
Okay.
near Miles, essentially, acting as his security, just because
Just standing
I
there
didn't
like
mention
this.
that you were in the scene, so I apologize for that. Yeah. You're basically like one of the 3 security guys who are in the room right now. Not your fault, Blueberry, it's mine. Miles responds, and the sound is sort of drowned out by a shout from another guy. They won't rest at this. The Irish are vengeful bastards. Take a coin and they'll take your old arm. A man sort of yells this, and discussion begins to loudly break out in the room as if this man shouting it gave everybody who was wanting to speak up a permission to sort of raise their voice. Everyone around you is shouting and arguing with each other, and Vemnon and Blair, you're just kind of sitting there mostly quiet. I don't know if Tommy's doing the same thing, just sort of watching somberly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The boss seems to take it all in calmly for a moment, brushes his suit down. Everyone except for Miles, Aaron, Vemnon, Jason's men, and the Orc leave the room. Blueberry can stay. The room quietens somewhat, just enough that a single voice can be heard saying, "Boss, And the man barely has time to finish his sentence before the barrel of this item is thrust into his face. It looks like a revolver of sorts, but instead of where the chamber is, there is this sort of glass cylinder filled with electricity. While aiming it at him, the boss slowly raises a hand and just spins the chamber, and the electricity starts to blur and whir inside, seeming to light up somewhat. Now, we've had enough loyal blood shed. I highly recommend you listen to what I just said, and leave. I understand your thoughts come from compassion for the organization. So, be thankful you keep your brains in your skull. And get out. And he just waits as the man slowly goes towards the door, opens it, and leaves, followed by many other high-up members of the organization. The doctor sort of like looking confused at what to do, but sort of like bows his head and like goes out with them.
Yeah.
As he's leaving, one of the men, Kyle, the cleaner, sort of like pauses, and the boss looks at him. When my son was shot at a future boss of this family was attacked, you all ran like sheep from a sheeping dog. I prefer to have wolves in my company. And he just nods towards the door, and the last men begin to leave. He slowly, after a moment of silence, puts the revolver back into a blazer pocket and takes a chair opposite the one that Miles is sitting on, across from the fire. Miles still eliciting no reaction, just staring into the flames. He looks around the room. Where is Jason?
He's in bed. I just kind of stand up and, put my arms behind my back. He sent me to figure out what was being said and relay it to him. His gunshot's infected.
I understand. And he nods. But I need you to get him for me. And he just nods towards the door.
Yeah, and I just go immediately.
Yeah, you head off. And sort of, as soon as the door shuts behind you, this sort of disarming silence begins to fill the smoky room. And you just glance around at all of you expectantly. This is his fault. He overstepped, and now we're all going to have to pay for it. I'm willing to make a deal. And you see Mar, piercing the silence, other than the voice, is just the sound of Mars's grip tightening on the leather arms of his chair that he's sitting on. Brother, can you think of anything we could give?
Charles, I know the Cornex. Not like they know themselves, but like a raven knows its rats. They will scurry and claw their way to where they need to go, where they wish to go. And we can catch them. But they'll always be there, just as we will always soar above them. We must find a way to see to it that our families exist after this conflict is done. Well, this is a conflict, nothing less. Why, one of their men said it was war. Charles, I don't know what we could give. For once, I'm at a loss beyond simple bloodshed. But I think we must consider all our options.
Then even more, we'll need Jason. Simple bloodshed is something he excels at.
Do you mean Jacob?
Jacob.
Thank you.
Sorry, I've got another character called Jason.
But we need Jason.
We need Jason Bourne.
Jesus, Jason.
Yeah, I apologize.
Perfectly.
He died, and he just left my brain.
Perfectly perfectly in time when you say Jacob, the door opens again.
Yeah.
And I walk in.
Yeah, and there's another man, very nervous, standing behind you, who you saw in the hallway. But he didn't say anything to you, even if you asked. It's Book, and he's just behind you.
Mm.
And he, as you open the door and take a step in, Book waits at the doorway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would seem Jacob is not in his room at the moment.
Then where is he? You're his man, after all. And you see him basically place a hand on the inside of his blazer. It doesn't look like he's reaching for his revolver, but it's clearly the intent sort of thing.
Yeah. I've been gone for about an hour, so I'm not sure where he's gone.
Boss, I have bad news. Book from behind you says, stepping into the room. What is it? He leans further through the door, and you can see he's clearly holding something behind his back, looking somber. Boss, it's just... He stops himself and pulls out the item from behind him. It's a red hat, slightly crumpled, damp from the rain. Fuck. And he looks up at Book, like, just scanning his face. And then when he doesn't, seems to, like, not get what he wants from trying to read him. And then he turns towards you, Vemnon. I suppose it is war, then. Miles, you and Blueberry have free reign. You deserve your revenge. Femnon, brother, you're the calculated one. Figure out where to hit them and organize some men who you think can get the jobs done. We need to take back blocks. Quickly. The fuckers have already fortified everything near here.
And I've already thought of where to hit them first. Do not worry,
He
brother.
nods.
We shall hit them where it hurts.
He seems content with that and stands up from his chair, takes a step over to Miles and puts his hand on his shoulder. Miles, don't worry, we'll crush those Irish scum, grind their bones into potato vodka, and make whiskey from their blood. Might as well earn a profit out of this situation. Unbuttons the top button of his jacket and is going to unbutton the second one as he heads towards the door. Just seems to be removing the jacket from one arm as the door swings shut behind him, Book quickly following, leaving you guys alone.
Yeah, I just sidestep out of the way.
Yeah, leaving you guys alone in the room with Michael, Miles, Tommy, Vemnon, and Blair, I think, are the only ones in the room right now.
Yeah. I'm standing next to Miles still, but I'm now looking at Blair with a quizzical look. I'm not saying anything, I'm just studying him.
Yeah, and you would kind of see this like a bit of look of like panic. You haven't seen that on Blair before because he's pretty hard to read. But just this look of like he fucked up real bad because Jacob's gone.
You notice at the window there is sort of the occasional glowing of a spinning blue light, essentially, sort of like coming into the room. It's probably a police car pulled up somewhere out near the front.
Yeah, just look out. Police.
Are they ours, Book?
Book left the room.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Who's left in here again?
So it's Michael, Miles,
Tommy.
Michael, Miles, and you three.
Who's Michael again?
Michael is Blueberry.
Michael Blueberry.
Okay, yeah.
boy.
In that case,
greatest
yeah.
man, the greatest name ever.
I do. I like it.
Yeah.
Are they ours, Michael?
I reckon if we found out this quickly, probably Fox.
What? Did he just say they're probably Fox?
It is probably Fox. Fox is the name of a man.
Yeah, the
a
name of
very-
a cop on your payroll.
A very, very astute cop who's on your payroll.
Gotcha. Okay. It seems we might be due a word.
I'll take Miles. Go talk to Aaron. See what I can arrange.
Good man. Good man. You did nothing wrong, Blueberry. Simply a matter of course.
If I was more thorough. He just shakes his head.
Don't beat yourself up over it. We all make mistakes.
Come on, Miles. He just like starts wheeling towards the door.
Yep.
Miles opens the door for him with sort of a weak move. Like, it just grabs it almost like lazily and just pulls it open, and then goes through, slamming the door behind him. And Tommy, this is more angry than you've ever seen him on, like, maybe the couple of missions you've gone on before. He's usually like a really nice, happy, upbeat guy, but he seems like really angsty right now.
Well, you would be, yeah.
Yeah. But it's now just the three of you left alone in the room. Everybody else is sort of left. Vemnon, I believe you had an idea.
Yeah, it's just me, Blair, and Tommy now
Yeah.
in the room. Nice. Yeah, is somebody else expected to talk to Fox?
I'm assuming you're assuming that's probably where the boss has gone.
Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, I'll stand up and, do we have an equivalent to, like, I don't want to call it a war room, but a room with, like, a map of, the city, basically?
You do.
Sweet.
It's called a section of your room. You have like a
Sweet.
table essentially, and you just like can unfurl like things across it. Most of the other members of the family don't really care for that much sort of in-depth strategy, just because it hasn't really been needed. But you always want to be prepared for this sort of thing. Always.
You two, come with me to my office. We have some discussing to do.
Right.
Adventure.
And yeah, I just follow.
Yeah. You guys head over to Vemnon's room, and this is the first time I think we've been in Vemnon's room, correct?
Yeah.
So if you want to give us like a rundown of what your room looks like.
Oh no, I brought Aaron in. That's right. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to give us a re-rundown of what your room looks
Sure.
like, just
Yeah,
a quicker one this time.
I've got this like white marble topped desk, along with seemingly like this beautiful white oak 4-poster bed. Like everything that can be pure white just is in this room. Like there's a small white marble bust on an edge of the table of some philosopher, some elven philosopher. And otherwise, taking up most of the desk is a glass encased map of the city.
And Blair or Tommy, depending on whether you would have, how much you talk with other people, so probably not Blair, I don't know, talk with other people who you're working with, you would have heard stories of, like, the amount of times this room has had to be cleaned of red stains.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah. Usually people don't leave this room, other than me. So,
Oh,
yeah.
so I'm in good hands then.
Yeah, it's a very sort of like first ever interview for a job, and you're going into like a skyrise in London to the top floor, like like, very uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and with the added bonus of thinking you might die.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, knowing that, I'm going to put best foot forward and walk in and just be silent, you know, maybe scratch my pit, you know, something like that.
Mhm.
Just wait.
Vemnon will round his desk, glance at Blair, like, does Blair just sit down in a chair in front of the desk, just normally?
I'm standing tall. I'm invited to sit.
Cool. Okay, good. Yeah, I round the desk, and I kind of beckon both of you forward. I only glance at Blair, but at you, Tommy, I just look at you very calculatedly. And, we'll be needing men of your caliber, both of you, for this endeavor. This endeavor will not be undertaken lightly. Many people will die. Pray that you are not amongst them. Ruben, just one thing before I continue. Would
Yep.
it be inappropriate to send Miles along with this task?
Probably because the boss. Do you mean Aaron or do you mean Miles?
No, Miles. Just because, like, the boss did say, like, you deserve your revenge.
Yeah, it seems like Miles has basically been given free reign to go basically wreak havoc with Blueberry. It seems basically like you guys are being sent on separate missions, so
Okay.
if you were to take him with you, that would be like something that against what the boss asked you to do. So,
Okay, gotcha.
so yes, inappropriate.
Yes.
Basically, it seems more like they're basically being used as the distraction, wreak havoc, kill some guys, while you guys go do the actual strategic planning.
Okay.
That's why he was like, you're the guy who does the strategy. You go do that. They go get their revenge.
Yeah, they're just gonna go smack down some places. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. But 2 is such a lonely number. Where I'm sending you would not be appropriate for one such as I, but... Well, let's just say I've got a loose cannon in reserve for just such a task as this. Ostentatious that I call him that so often. We're meeting up with him in due time. He's a dwarf of ill repute, but you should get along just fine, I think. Glance between the two of you.
Since when have you heard of a midget and not getting along, eh?
You enjoy destroying things, yes? Yes, well, that is his specialty. Things, people, whatever I point him at, he breaks. And more. But that's besides the point. You've both proved yourselves able-bodied. I can trust you with such a simple task as this. Speaking of, I point at a spot on the map. This will be our point of interest. Is there a name for this station, Ruben?
The place you're going is called the Wharf.
The Wharf.
I believe.
Sorry. Yes.
I believe that's where you're
Yep.
planning on heading.
Yep. I thought it was connected to a station. Is it a train
Yeah,
station?
the whole place is called the Wharf.
Oh, okay, nice.
The name for the place is called the Wharf because it was originally a dock, and then the station got built, and it's just basically called the whole section is called the Wharf because
Okay.
they're part of the same institution.
Yeah, I point down at the map at the wharf.
Mhm.
That, the wharf, is your target. Taken from us not terribly long ago by the Cornix. It was once a vital part of this organization, what built us up. Now, however, it feeds the Cornix, but not for food. Bullets, weaponry. We've been getting reports of shipments coming. By land or sea, I cannot say, but I can tell you it must be taken back into Caro hands. If you are able to intercept any shipments, I would be very grateful, as would I'm sure the rest of this organization. Any bullets that do not have to be caught by our men are bullets in the right hands. You will encounter...
These assets kept intact or
I
disposed of.
will not be particular, but if you are able to retrieve undamaged armaments, they will help quite a bit in any coming excursions on Cornic territory. Use your own discretion. As to the Cornic presence, leave no sign of them, but do not destroy the wharf. I'll be giving the same instructions to your third, otherwise he would level the whole place. You will want to scrub it of their presence, and they will be dug in deep. But I think I can trust you with this task. Can I? I'm looking at you, mainly, Blair.
I'll see it done.
Good. I expect nothing less. And you? Yeah, I looked at Tommy.
Yeah.
Well, you've already proved yourself quite a bit. This will be another stepping stone. Though I don't think you need more motivation after what just happened.
Yeah, I'll get it done.
Good. You will be meeting up in the bar. The cobblers, of course. Giving your supplies there and meet with your third as well. I think it'll be an interesting melding of the minds. Just make sure he doesn't blow the whole damn station apart.
Right.
Understood?
Is that all?
I look down at the map one more time. Yes, I believe it is. Any questions?
No. I'd
Nope.
like to go see it for myself.
It's not the most pretty place, the wharf, but it's got an air to it. You'll feel it, I'm sure. Well, best of luck to you. I'll be doing everything I can here to keep the damned family from falling apart. I just make just an imperceptible glance at Blair. I trust you'll be doing the same, just in a more direct way.
The location will be ours within the week.
Good.
Spend a few days scoping it out, know the ways, ins and outs, how many people they keep on patrol, etc. They're not going to think anything of a skinny roofer.
You exceed
And we'll
my
get we'll see it done.
expectations. Good. Now, see to it it is done. We will speak once it is. I just nod to them.
And yeah, at this point, like I just start heading towards the door.
Yeah.
And right before I get out of it, I would just like stop at the door frame and just turn around and and Vemnon, one thing. I'm sorry about Jacob. And just a smile kind of cracks out the side of my face as I look at him.
I let out a very happy sigh, almost like a Oh, Blair. You are everything I'd hoped.
Blair, you open the door, this sort of smile forming on your face, and as it cracks open, you almost bump into this incredibly nervous-looking younger man who looked like he was trying to work up the courage to knock on the door.
Yeah,
and as you open the door,
turn around and pardon me.
No, it's fine. Tommy. He sees you and then he puts a hand over his mouth as he realizes he yelled into Vemnon's room. Tommy, tries to usher you out of the room.
I'm
sorry.
just standing there
Sorry, Mr. Caro, I was told he was here.
Who are you?
I worked with Tommy on a previous job. They told me to give him the message since I knew him.
Your name. Now.
Arthur, sir. Arthur Cooper.
Arthur. I'll let you off with just a warning this time, but
Thank you, sir.
This room is acoustically developed so that as little noise as possible leaves. That also means when you shout within its walls, see to it you think before you are so brash in the future.
Of course, boss. Yes, sir.
Now leave.
Yeah, he steps out.
Yeah.
And basically will wait for you, Tommy.
Yeah. I'll give Vemnon a cheeky nod and then close the door behind me. Quietly.
Good.
Yeah.
Kind of you.
Like you start closing it and then right before it gets to the actual part, you just shut it really carefully. Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy. He's whispering to you.
So what you want, Squirt?
They told me to deliver the news. The Blues here. They told us they found 2 bodies. Jacobs and Sergey. And he looks almost shocked that you responded at the same time as him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they found him. Bullet holes. Looked like it was done by the Cornex.
Old drive-by, eh? Classic.
Smashed into
And,
a wall.
Yeah. Cheers for letting me know, mate. What was your name again?
Arthur. Arthur Cooper.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, buddy. Cheers, Arthur. Give him a nod, and I'd pat on the back.
No worries.
Anything else?
If you need anything, Tommy, I'm good. We can go drinking sometime.
Yeah, might have to do that sometime. Fucking hell, I need a break from this shit. And I'll give him an nod and then continue walking.
Speaking of break, there's always these little things there's always these little things of alcohol, alcoves of alcohol that are just sort of around, and I just walk over, grab a glass, fill it partly, grab another glass, fill it partly, and then just walk over to Tommy.
Okay.
Just this, this long distant, just sort of stare off into the, the nothing, and hand him a glass.
What's the occasion?
I just can't help but feel a bit responsible for Sergey.
Well, you
could've
did
been the
put
one
him in a
driving.
car with him, didn't you?
I could have been the one driving.
Yeah, which reminds me, why, why exactly did you take him out of his room, get going, and then act all surprised when he wasn't in his room?
No one was supposed to know where he was. That's all I can say. He might be dead, but I'm not going to tell his secrets.
Fair enough.
Fuck. And I just grab it and I'll just down the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
to Sergey and Jacob.
Yeah, to Sergey.
And speaking of breaks,
Hey!
Nice.
that's all we'll
Big
take a break.
boy! That's a big boy interval, boy.
Hell yeah.
Big segue.